Bridges of time.
A journey to heal and reconnect with parents.
The distance between us.
Aarav had always been a dutiful son. Calls to his parents every Sunday, festival visits, gifts sent on birthdays. But deep down, something was missing. Conversations remained surface level. His father, a man of few words, always asked about work. His mother, ever the caregiver, only worried about his eating habits. 35 years old, a successful entrepreneur, living in a high-rise in Mumbai, far from his childhood home in Jaipur. He should have felt fulfilled. But as the years passed, a quiet loneliness crept in. Was this what family was supposed to feel like? A connection of duty rather than love?
Takeaway. Recognizing the gaps is the first step toward healing. Relationships do not grow on their own. They need nurturing. 2. Reflect on your childhood and identify emotions tied to your parents.
Don't. Assume that just because there's no conflict, everything is okay.
Unspoken words.
The past has a strange way of shaping us. Aarav still remembered that cricket match when he was 12. He had scored the winning run. He had looked into the crowd, searching for his father. But his father wasn't there. Work, as always, had kept him away. His mother had been there, cheering the loudest. But her love often felt overbearing, smothering him with protection that sometimes felt like a cage. As an adult, Aarav had carried these feelings: resentment toward his father for never being present, frustration toward his mother for never letting go. One evening, as he scrolled through old family photos, he wondered, did they ever realize how their actions had affected him? Takeaway. Empathy is the first step. Parents are not perfect. They too are shaped by their own past.
2. Try to understand your parents' past and their struggles.
Don't blame them for everything without considering their perspective.
The first step.
Change doesn't happen overnight, but it has to start somewhere. For Aarav, it started with a simple decision. He would reach out first, not out of duty, but with real curiosity. One evening, instead of the usual, "How are you, Ma?" "Zrenia," he asked. "Ma, tell me about your childhood. What did you dream of being when you were young?" There was silence on the other end, then a soft chuckle. "I wanted to be a teacher, Beta, but life had other plans." Aarav had never known this. In all these years, he had never asked.
Takeaway. Meaningful conversations change relationships. The right questions open doors. Do ask open-ended questions and listen actively.
Don't keep interactions limited to routine pleasantries.
The power of small gestures.
Actions often speak louder than words. Aarav started making small but meaningful gestures, sending his parents handwritten notes, sharing a picture of his morning coffee, sending them a surprise food delivery from their favorite Jaipur restaurant. His father, usually reserved, sent back a rare message: "Thank you, Beta. I miss those Sunday lunches." His mother, delighted, called to say, "You are still my little boy, but I am proud of the man you have become."
Takeaway. Love is shown, not assumed. Small efforts create emotional bridges. Do express love in ways they understand, acts of service, time, or kind words.
Don't assume they just know you care.
Forgiveness and letting go.
One evening, Aarav visited home. Over dinner, he finally spoke the words he had carried for years. "Papa, when I was a kid, I used to wish you'd come to my matches. I thought work was always more important." His father, now older, looked at him with eyes full of something unspoken. "I thought providing for you was the best thing I could do. I didn't know you wanted me there." Years of misunderstanding melted in that moment.
Takeaway. Forgiveness is a gift to yourself. Letting go of the past makes room for a better future. Do have uncomfortable conversations with compassion.
Don't expect instant change. Healing takes time.
The parent-child role reversal.
There comes a time when roles shift, when children become caregivers. Aarav noticed his parents growing slower, more hesitant. They no longer spoke of the future, but only of the past. He made a promise to be present, not just physically, but emotionally.
Takeaway. Parents won't always say it, but they need to feel valued. Do involve them in your life and decisions.
Don't make them feel like an obligation.
A relationship, not a responsibility.
Years passed, and something had changed. Conversations were warmer, laughter came easier, love was no longer an assumption but an active practice. Aarav had rebuilt what had once felt lost, not through grand gestures, but through small, consistent acts of love.
Takeaway: relationships thrive on effort and respect. Love, when nurtured, grows deeper with time. Do prioritize connection over duty.
Don't wait for later to fix things. Time is limited.
If you're listening to this, perhaps there's a bridge you need to rebuild, perhaps a phone call you need to make, a letter you need to write, a moment you need to share.
Do it now. Love, like time, waits for no one.
Thanks for listening to Layers of Horror Story. Please subscribe, like, share.
If you love the story, please do contribute to the author to sustain and bring you more stories like this. Have a wonderful day ahead. Pranam.